For a long period of time, we haven't seen a big jump in the performance of laptops. But now, it's 2020, and things are about to change. AMD confirms Ryzen 4000 CPUs will be out in 2020. In comes AMD Renoir with the Ryzen 4000 laptop APUs. For those who are not aware of what an APU is, it's just a marketing term that AMD uses for a CPU with integrated graphics. It is the same as every Intel CPU with integrated graphics. However, AMD's integrated graphics are usually way faster than Intel ones, and you can get decent entry-level gaming experience. And now, AMD took the wraps off of its latest generation of mobile processors. The company is being aggressive, offering up to 8 cores for both the traditional ultra-portable notebook as well as the higher performance. AMD spent a lot of time talking about how it had a big 2019. And AMD Ryzen 3rd generation processors. No matter how exciting AMD's takeover of the desktop space is, though, it has one giant roadblock before it can totally annihilate Intel in the consumer world: laptops. AMD CEO Dr. Lisa Su said during the unveil, "We will be introducing the best laptop processor ever built." The company detailed no less than 7 consumer Ryzen 4000 processors, based on its 7nm Zen 2 cores. The new CPUs will come in both 15-watt U-class, ultra-low power versions and thin and light laptops, and H-class, 45-watt gaming and content creation laptops. The Ryzen 7 4800U is the top-end low-power version, packing 8 cores and 16 threads. It will hit a boost clock of 4.2 GHz and have a base clock of 1.8 GHz. The chip will feature 8 compute units in its Radeon graphics cores, and which uses a optimized version of the company's 7nm Vega cores. The Ryzen 7 with 8 compute units actually outperforms its previous Ryzen 7 3000 mobile chips, which had 11 compute units. The newer Ryzen 7 4000 graphics cores actually offer 59% more performance per compute unit over the older Ryzen 7 3000. AMD said the Ryzen 7 4800U will offer about a 4% advantage over Intel's most advanced 10nm based on the Ice Lake Core i7-1065G7 in single-threaded performance. The Ryzen 7 has more cores. As Intel's Ice Lake 10th Gen core chips tops out at 4 cores, it's no surprise that the Ryzen 7 4800U will outrun the Core i7-1065G7 to the tune of 90% in multi-threaded performance using Maxon's Cinebench. In a video encode using Handbrake, AMD said it has a 40% advantage over the Core i7-1065G7, with Adobe Premiere CC giving the Ryzen 7 4800U the advantage by 49%. With Ice Lake, Intel greatly improved the graphics performance of its mobile chips, but AMD claims that won't help it here, as the Ryzen 7 4800U's integrated Radeon cores will outperform the top-end i7-1065G7 by 28% using 3DMARK benchmark. All-out performance isn't the only factor in laptops, though battery life matters, and AMD didn't disclose hard details on just how well Ryzen 4000 chips compare to Intel's designs. Although we have seen some early Ryzen 4000 battery life specs from laptop vendors that don't look particularly good, we've also seen some that look reasonable. For its part, AMD said we're in the early stages of new laptops based on Ryzen 4000 chips, and a lot more tuning has to be done before judgment should be passed. So take any vendor numbers with a grain of salt as they're likely to change, company officials said. The new Ryzen chips do support LPDDR4X RAM, which should greatly help the platform's performance with greater memory bandwidth, better battery life, and improved standby times. AMD claims performance per watt has basically doubled over Ryzen 3000 chips. One feature AMD is implementing with Ryzen 4000H class chips is an intelligent way to shift power around a system. AMD said laptops' Ryzen CPUs and Radeon GPUs can talk to one another over the company's Infinity Fabric, and if the CPU isn't being driven hard, more power can be allocated to the GPU, or vice versa. AMD said this can result in a 10% boost in performance in games. The AMD Athlon Gold 3150U is a mobile processor for thin and light entry-level laptops. It is based on the PROCESSO series Ryzen 3000 UAPUs or the same dual-core die of the desktop Athlon 3000 and offers 2 Zen or Zen and cores clocked at 2.6 to 3.3 GHz with SMT, 4 threads at once, and 4 MB L3 cache. The integrated graphics card is called Radeon RX Vega 3 and clocked at up to 1000 MHz. The TDP is configurable between 12 and 25 watt and 15 watt nominal. And the AMD Athlon Silver 3050U is a mobile processor for thin and light entry-level laptops. It is based on the PROCESSO series Ryzen 3000 UAPUs or the same dual-core die of the desktop Athlon 3000 and offers 2 Zen or Zen and cores clocked at 2.3 to 3.2 GHz without SMT, 2 threads at once, and 4 MB L3 cache. The integrated graphics card is called Radeon RX Vega 3 and clocked at up to 1000 MHz. The TDP is configurable between 12 and 25 watt and 15 watt nominal. Finally, AMD unveiled the 3990X Threadripper, a 64-core and 128-thread monster. During the demo, it would prove to be 30% faster than a dual Intel Xeon Platinum 8280s. The AMD Ryzen 3990X will cost only $3,990. A lot of Ryzen 4000 laptops coming. Despite the surprising success AMD has with Ryzen CPUs and desktops, it would be an understatement to say the company's momentum has been underwhelming in laptops. The Ryzen CPUs available thus far been mostly budget options.